Greetings, everybody. JCP 1977, aka Joe Lum here, with a fourth episode of album rankings. And this week, I am going to be ranking 4 studio albums from a Philadelphia-based hard rock band that had been around since 1983, but disbanded around 2014-2015. The band's name is Cinderella. Frontman Tom Kiefer, bassist Eric Brittingham, guitarist Jeff LaBar, and sort of pseudo-drummer Fred Coury. Here we go. Coming in at number 4 is Cinderella's fourth and final studio album called Still Climbing. Released on November 8th, 1994, without any promotion or any airplay. It was probably their worst album of all worst albums that any hair band had did when grunge started hitting the scene back in the early 90s. Talk is Cheap is the song that was first appeared on the Cinderella show back in 87, although the version on the album is longer than the original, with slower vocals. The song Freewheeling is also an older song that had been written and demoed by the band back in 1985, prior to the release of Night Songs. And the song Hot and Bothered had first appeared on the Wayne's World soundtrack in 1992. This album was recorded throughout 1994 in Kajim Studios in Gladwin, Pennsylvania, and Devonshire Studios in Los Angeles. According to the Encyclopedia of Popular Music, they called Still Climbing a strong comeback. Quote, strong comeback. All Music deemed it a gritty record that shows them building upon the bluesy hard rock of Heartbreak Station. The Morning Call described the songs as glossy blues and pop-oriented heavy metal. Newsflash, pop-oriented heavy metal died when grunge hit the scene. Next, at number 3 is Cinderella's third studio album, Heartbreak Station. Released on November 20th, 1990, recorded through most of the year in 4 separate studios: Bearsville Studio in Woodstock, New York, House of Music in West Orange, New Jersey, Kajim Studios in Gladwin, Pennsylvania, and Studio in the Country in Bogalusa, Louisiana. Produced by John Jansen and Tom Kiefer. Heartbreak Station spawned 3 singles. 2 of them were on the Billboard's Hot 100 in 1991. Shelter Me peaked at number 36, and the title track, Heartbreak Station, climbed to number 44. The More Things Changed did not chart. It was like Cinderella reaching back into the Stones and Aerosmith songbooks and created a sneering, raunchy hard rock album that was artistically their finest moment, even if it didn't reach the commercial heights as its predecessors, which I'll talk about in the later portions of this video. Coming up, so it went platinum, and it failed to reach the same multi-platinum success that their previous 2 albums did. Next, at number 2 is Cinderella's second studio album, Long Cold Winter. It reached number 10 in the US and became double platinum before it became triple platinum. There were 4 singles which all charted on a Billboard 100. Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone, the band's highest charting single, reached number 12. The Last Mile reached number 36. Coming Home reached number 20, and Gypsy Road hit number 51. The album was released on July 5th, 1988, from the same studios as Heartbreak Station, and it was produced by Andy Johns, Tom Kiefer, and bassist Eric Brittingham. The album received mixed to positive reviews. Music critics remarked of the shift of the band's musical style from the cliched glam metal of their debut to the more blues-oriented compositions. But they did not agree in the evaluation of the song's quality. Contemporary reviewers criticized the album for being too bluesy. So fucking what? It's still a good album, by the way. And Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone is their greatest single to date. If you don't like that, you can kiss my ass. Next. And at number 1 is Cinderella's debut studio album, Night Songs. Released on June 9th, 1986. At the studios where they recorded at were Bearsville Studios in Woodstock, New York, Kajim Studios in Gladwin, Pennsylvania, The Warehouse and Sigma Sounds both in Philadelphia and the Sound Factory in Los Angeles, produced by Andy Johns. Wow. This album peaked at number 3 on the US charts on February 7th, 1987. It went double platinum, and then in May 1991, it was certified triple platinum. The lead-off single, Shake Me, failed to chart, but Nobody's Fool cracked the top 20, reaching at number 13. Somebody Save Me went on to number 66. Okay. The legacy of the record, the band slightly changed their sound to fit more of a blues rock direction afterwards. But to be honest, this is actually their best record to date. Nobody could ever top what Cinderella did back in the mid-'80s with Night Songs. So that wraps up this week's album rankings. This is JCP 1977, aka Jolum. And I'll return next week with another band where I rank that specific band's albums in its discography. Studio albums only. Adios.